Hi guys, my name's Relja. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be reading Little People, Big Dreams. Charles Dickens, written by Maria Isabel Sanchez Vegara, illustrated by Isabel Ross. Little Charles was the second child of the Dickens family. He was born in England at a time when there was no such thing as movies. He made up his own adventures, playing at a nearby castle with his older sister Fanny. Charles was lucky enough to attend school, something many children didn't have the chance to do at the time. Soon, he was devouring books as if they were candy, hungry for more. He started observing people and made up stories about them. But there was a twist in his own tale the day his father was sent to prison because of his debts. Charles was forced to leave school and work in a factory, labeling pots for 10 hours a day, even on weekends. He found his way out of the factory by working at a law firm as a junior clerk. Maybe it wasn't the most exciting job ever, but Charles never missed a chance to make everybody laugh. He had a gift for performing mime and a passion for theater. He even had an audition at the Royal Opera House. Charles spent days memorizing an entire monologue from his favorite actor. He was ready to prove his talent when he caught a terrible cold and missed his chance. Instead of complaining, Charles decided to try his luck as a writer, and he reported for 2 newspapers. Still, he much preferred making up stories inspired by ordinary people he met on the streets, and as his readers loved them too. Charles' first work of fiction, The Pickwick Papers, told the adventures of an eccentric members of a gentleman's club. It became a success overnight. Everyone wanted to meet Mr. Pickwick and his friends. He was a pioneer. Charles released his work serially. Instead of publishing a whole book at once, it was published chapter by chapter. This made his stories affordable for everyone. In America, people waited for their copies at a harbor, eager to know what happened next. Aware of the power of a good tale, Charles used his next story to give poor children a voice. It was about an orphan called Oliver Twist, who was living on the streets. Even the Queen was touched by his story. It was a cold December when Charles finished writing a story about Mr. Scrooge, a man with a frosty heart that no warmth could melt. One Christmas Eve, Scrooge is visited by 3 ghosts that make him change his mind. The story became an instant classic. It encouraged people to keep the Christmas spirit alive all year long, which Charles did too. When he was asked to give a reading to raise money for a hospital, he didn't think twice. His work inspired hundreds of movies and plays staged in a huge opera house and tiny school theaters. Every year, kids around the globe dress like ghosts. Tiny Tim or Mr. Scrooge to play in Charles' A Christmas Carol. And by encouraging readers to open their hearts to those who struggled, Little Charles became one of the world's most beloved authors, uniting entire generations of readers who believe that every day can be Christmas, if you want it to be. Charles Dickens, born 1812, died 1870. Charles John Huffam Dickens was born on February 7, 1812, in Portsmouth, on the south coast of England. He was the second of 8 children. His father, John Dickens, was a naval clerk, and his mother, Elizabeth, dreamed of being a teacher. Money was tight, and Charles's childhood was difficult. At the age of 12, his father was sent to prison for his debts, and Charles was forced to leave school to work at a factory on the River Thames. At the Rundown, rodent-ridden factory, Dickens earned 6 shillings a week, labeling pots for blacking, a substance used to clean fireplaces. His time spent there was a great influence on his future work. To make his way out of factory life, he started to spend time in the London courts, working as a clerk. Just a few years later, he was writing for 2 major London newspapers. In 1833, he began writing his own stories, submitting them to magazines and newspapers, and in 1836, he started publishing the Pickwick's paper. This series was released in monthly installments. Dedicated readers eagerly anticipated the next issue. It was so popular that Charles started to publish more things this way, including the book about his improvised hero, Oliver Twist. Next, he wrote A Christmas Carol, the story of a mean old man who finds the spirit of Christmas. Charles went on to write beloved classics that are still cherished around the world today. Over the course of his life, he wrote many novels, as well as plays and essays. His characters are people who persevered through struggle to make the most out of life, just as Charles did. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Bye.